Here we are, another day, another video, cleaning up my craft room, kind of crafting my way out of chaos. This is not my favorite material to work with. It is very thick, and when I use it to cushion book covers, it tends to not fold real well, and it's just too thick, and I don't like it. But I also can't bring myself to throw stuff like this away. So I'm using it to do something that is also not one of my favorite things to do, which is make soft cover journals. Pretty simple technique. Oops. I'm just using some glue stick here to just kind of secure it down until I get my sewing machine out and can sew all the covers. Try to center it as much as possible. Flip this top one over since it's the one side of the cover. Get it smushed down. Okay. You're going to do the same thing on the other side. Turn that the wrong way. This way. I'm trying to figure out which way is the right way on the fabric. And again, just getting it semi-secured so that I can go over there, pull out my sewing machine, get it all set back up again, and sew these. So I'll show you what I got done today so far. So I have this one that you just saw me do. I have this one. They're stuck together. This one. This is dark blue on the outside, light blue on the inside. Polka dots and solid black. Then we have some smaller ones. Strings everywhere. Blue denim sort of, and then blue on the inside, and this one's the same colors. So what I'm going to do with these when I pull my sewing machine out is I'll find the center. I'll probably actually fold them this way so that I can mark the center and not have to guess. You know, draw like a line, a pencil line. Like I do have a pencil here somewhere. Just kind of a light little line here. It's not going to be a straight line, but that's okay. Just giving me kind of a guideline of where I'm going to sew. And what that's going to do is it's going to secure the center where I'll also be sewing signatures in, but it also kind of help keep fabric from moving around. So I'll do a center line here, and then I will also go all the way around all four edges. Now you can see where, you know, you could sew this like right on the edge of where that foam is, which from top to bottom is not that big of a deal because your book doesn't fold this way. But if you did that, here and here on your sides, when you fold it, the foam is not going to want to lay flat. So when I sew it, I'm going to give it just a little bit of room out here on the side for the foam to expand once it's folded over and into a book. So these ones are all kind of smaller ones. I think that fold is just about center, actually. What did I do with the pencil? You know, again, this isn't a line that I'm going to have to try to follow. It's just kind of a guideline. So just a smidge off center there with that. This one's going to be a little trickier because it's white. Just kind of give it an idea. Nope. There's like not even a hint there. So, but anyway, and then these ones, I think this one and this one are the short ones. Let me pull it off camera real quick. Oh, this one and this one, I'm mistaken, are the short ones. So these ones are just going to be folded in half. So it'll be a taller single fold journal. Same with this one. Single fold. That's not dry yet, so I'm not going to even attempt to fold that. These ones I traced out to be more of my standard 6x9. So 6-inch front and back cover, but I'm going to do a 1-inch spine down the center. So instead of doing a single line down the center, I'll do 2 lines offset, 1/2 inch to each side of center. And again, around the edges. And that's on these other 3. Oh, and I'm upside down. Oh, these are upside down. So this one, and this one will all be 1-inch 2 signature journals when I'm done. Now again, not my favorite foam to work with. It is not my favorite type of journals. The soft cover, I prefer the hard cover journals, but I'm a hoarder. I'm a craft hoarder, and I can't bring myself to throw that stuff away. So I will be back after these are all sewn up to show you the next stages of this. As I've said in previous videos, I will not use my camera or my sewing machine while I'm recording, because it does have a bit of a knock to it, and it's very loud and obnoxious. In fact, my granddaughter tells me all the time that it's annoying. And she asks me to stop when I'm sewing when she's here. But so I will be back once I get these all sewn up. And I get my I'll choose my papers offline as well, and then we'll come back when all of that's ready, and we can sew in some signatures together. All right, stay tuned. All right, just here for an update. Got everything sewn, and if you've seen my other videos of my journals, I think this might give you an insight as to why I really don't like doing this particular technique. I like my covers to be, the fabrics to be smoothed out. I like them to lay flat. And that's not really an option when you're doing this, because no matter which way you sew, something's going to be bulky and bumpy and, not lay flat. But it is what it is. So this is one of the ones I did with a 1-inch spine. So it will fold like this. And the signatures will be sewn along here. So you'll see the stitches on the outside. I'll decorate that up somehow or another, put some sort of enclosure on it. This one, I can't decide if I want it to go this way or this way. I think it's going to have to go that way because of the way I sewed it. So just a little single signature journal. Here's another one with a spine in the center. I actually intended for the dark blue to be on the outside. I just realized that I sewed it backwards. And that's just because, when I went around the edges, this piece laid flat and then this one was curved over the foam center. So this side lays flat, whereas if I was to go this way, you can see how it buckles everything in there, and it doesn't. It won't lay flat. So yeah. Oh well. So I'll have a light blue one. And again, this will probably just be a single, because that actually looks like it's more like a 3/4 versus a 1-inch spine on that one. This one is a single signature. The joys of working with fabric. Get threads everywhere. And these will fray out as the journals age too. That's why I left those edges raw. And again, this is the denim type fabric. And I sewed it with this, so this will be the inside. And again, single signature journal. I need to trim that a little bit better. Just a wee bit better. Need to purchase some new fabric scissors. My fabric scissors are getting rather dull. Gosh, see, still got some on that corner. Same fabric, smaller journal. And then the black one, the polka dots. Again, I kind of had to wing this because I didn't have anything that could draw on the black for me to follow lines with. So I kind of used some straight pins and like tried to eyeball it as best I could. So it did get a little wonky, a little crooked. And it's about 1 inch. So, and again, as this ages, you'll see that, it'll fray out. But it'll only go so far as to that stitching, and then it'll stop. But then you'll have this super fluffy journal in the end. Anyway, so I'm going to get my papers together and get them all trimmed up for the sizes that each cover is, and then we'll be back again. So again, stay tuned. So this is where I'm going to begin. This is just a pile of random stuff, random papers. And this is where I'm going to start in finding things to put in those signatures, because this pile is insane. And yeah, so I'm going to pick through this, and then I'll be back to record from above. Righty. So I went through my pile. There was stuff in there that I definitely did not want to use just yet. There was some garbage in there. There's a little bit of everything. So, didn't want those in there. Those go with my cutouts. So there's a little bit of everything in here. So one of the first things I'm going to do is secure some of my papers. So there's a couple things in here that are like super fragile. Just got to get to them. There's one. So excuse the wrapping. That's why I haven't really been crafting, because my right hand is not exactly cooperating with life right now. It's not really functioning. My right hand is not really functioning well. So we'll start with that, and then I'll go through this pile a little bit more. But I know what I need is further down this pile than that. So I'll switch things out. And there's a couple other things that I need to do with some papers that are in there as well. So this is the back of a sewing. Yeah, pretty fragile. I was looking to see if there was a year on it. Not a clue. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually just adhere it to, you know what I should do? I should do it to coffee dyed paper, so that way it can still be written on. Doy. I was going to put pattern paper on the back, sticking with the theme, but then that's stupid, because then you can't write on the back. Get my glue, what's left of my original glue book, back out. Although this one is not exactly big enough for this, but we're gonna go with it. And I'm gonna go over just the edges just a little bit, just so I can trim it out along the way. And I found one of my lost Squisher cards while I was looking too. Although this one is not wanting to squish very well. Okay, there's no address showing. So this paper, this base paper, is what's called an entry form or a check-in sheet for showing animals at our county fair, which is why I was like, oh, no address is showing. Because over in this top corner would have the exhibitor's information. And especially since this is a youth one, we definitely don't want to display a child's address or anything. Where'd that little piece go that I accidentally tore off? Just doing a slight repair here. And I missed a little bit on that edge up there. So I'm just going to squirt some wet glue in there. I'm not really happy with this spreader. It's very bumpy. I got a lot of extra glue stuck on there, so I'm going to unbury my other one. I think this just got too much glue on the edges, so it's not giving me a smooth surface. I'm just going to trim this out. Try to keep this raggedy edge ragged, because when I go to ink it, it's going to take the ink really, really well. Oof. I'm going to drop these down into my box down here for stamping. Let's see if I can. My desk is definitely a hot mess again. How about always? I don't know that it ever won't be. Doesn't seem to matter how much organization stuff I do. I just can't seem to get ahead of my desk at all. Maybe Shabby Dabby Doodah's X-Piles Season 2 will inspire me. Please check out my community tab. I have provided a link to that series that she will be starting soon. I take a little bit of a sigh of relief in that, holy crap, I thought my desk was a mess. You know, granted, she does this for a living. You know, this is her income, doing these crafts and making digitals and so on and so forth. And I actually have her X-Piles Season 1 on my playlist for me to watch before she launches the next season on the 31st. So essentially, to the best of my understanding, it is making things out of what's on her desk. So minimizing, if at all, getting into like other stuff in the craft room. It's just pulling from what's already in your face and in your space. So give a little extra glue on these down here. Now when I go to put this in the journal, I will contemplate how to go about doing that. Whether I want to do like I could do it as a hinge so that this part attaches here. Go this way so that way the pretty stuff shows. Probably have to washi it because this does come apart, but glue this here, and then this part would glue down to the book, into the journal. Yeah, probably have to washi tape that. How about I will have to washi tape it, like right now. Again, if you're unfamiliar with washi tape, it is a low-tack tape, decorative tape. So if you want it to have any kind of longevity, make sure you put some extra glue on there. Oop. Try to center that as best I can. And again, I'm going to use These little things are just, let's see, I didn't even line those up. They're the cut-offs from scrapbook paper. So they're not very strong. It's not a heavy-duty paper. And the edge is perforated, so I would fully expect that, you know, it would separate. So you could do another piece of washi in here if you choose. I may, just depends on what ends up going on the page, because I would want it to match. I really should have a Fabrifix out. Decided I'm just going to go ahead and glue it down. There's not really an up or down since it goes sideways. I may have to re-glue this in a little bit. We'll see. Feeling a little on the lazy side. I don't want to get up, get my new Fabri-Tac bottle and my new Sugar Bear bottle, but I'm probably gonna end up doing it because I don't know. I'm gonna get mad that stuff isn't sticking the way I want it to, and then I'll end up getting up anyway. I've also never actually used those for hinges before, so we'll see how they hold up. But those are kind of hand painted in a way. I also have this stuff that I have not figured out how, I haven't used yet. I've been told that it will work for what I'm doing. It's the Heat and Bond used in sewing. I don't really have enough space to pull my iron out and everything, so I'm gonna skip that for now. To find my ruler. Ruler, where is my ruler? Oh, buried. Surprise, surprise. So this I'm gonna go about right here. It's funny when people do this on videos. I'm always kind of jealous because they many of them have like the lined mats that have like the measurements on them, so they can like line stuff up straight. I'm like, yeah, I'm just winging it. So this I'm gonna put it out this way. So it'll be in there sideways. Yep. Now, if you watched my semi-organization video, you heard me talk about my washi stash and how I really don't use it for what it's intended. I don't use it for decoration. I use it more for stuff like, you know, this. Marking off my table so I know that I'm in my recording space, or, you know, whatnot. Fixing boo-boos when things tear and I didn't mean for them to tear. Very rare. Very, very rarely am I ever using washi tape as intended. So I'm doing this because, again, this is a small piece of paper and I don't want to have to if I fold it in half, it's another really, really small page. Oh, see, but I don't want to cover up. I love the treble clefs. Okay, so we'll go that way. I don't know why I bother putting stuff on TV for me to watch. I never do. And then I end up like super far behind on stuff, and what I put on my TV to watch is actually like a 5-part series, and I'm already 20 minutes into part 1 and I have no idea what's going on. I buried my remote. I'm like, where'd it go? Oh. Very sleepy today. Ouch. I think that's why my hand hurts from all the cutting that I've been doing. So let's put that over there. Not super sure what I'm thinking about here. Come on. Both sides just a little more stuck than the first side was. So crazy to think patterns 95 cents. You know, they're now like, some of them are pushing $8 for a pattern. And I'm going to save these just because. Oh, got a neat, really cool ruler piece there. But numbers are always good. Flaps of any kind are always good. So who knows, I may actually use that later in this little project I got going on here. We'll see. Still not sure what I'm thinking here. Paper feels so cool. Wish I had some that was long and skinny. They're all squares. I mean, I suppose I can I don't know. I'll have to think that one out. So I do have all this paper. It's got little threads in it. And I've got it in all kinds of different colors. I have red, purple, blue, orange, baby blue, yellow, pink. So lots of fun different colors. This is sewing paper. It's like pattern paper. And I took watered down Elmer's glue and mixed in some coffee to give it some tinting, and then on a plastic garbage bag, push all the glue out, and then sorry, got distracted. You push all the glue out, paint it all on the plastic bag, put the tissue paper down, and in this case I left it crumbly because I wanted it that way, and then paint across the top as well. And it gives you this nice crispy paper, which I think is going to make a cool pocket, but not on this. No. This was another one that I think I needed. I was going to hinge in. Now I do get to decide too, is that I could either do this as a hinged piece like I have been, so that this attaches onto sorry, my brain is not working. Took a slight vacation, so that it hinges down on the paper and this flips out. Or I could do it like this and use this to hold two pieces of paper together. So I could have like this, for example, and I find something little. You know, or even like this. I could hinge this on this side, and then this would be one page, and this would be one page on opposite sides of the signature. And then when you flip through the journal, this is what you'd see on this page. But it gives you the writing space, and then you'd flip it over. You're like, oh, which, why not? Why not? I'm not sure this card was given. It was given to me in a Happy Mail package. I wish I could find more of them because I do like them. They're kind of cool, but I don't know exactly what, you know, field notes are for. So how tall is this? I guess I should make sure of that. This is just under 8.5. So I was thinking I could center it, but it's going to have to be fairly even. Card. I'm doing these, remember, I'm doing these as purely eclectic, as an eclectic journal. Found this in my stash. I'm not sure who colored it, but why not? See, I should be measuring. So nothing can be more than 5.5. Or 6, I should say. Ooh, that's gonna be close. But I can't put this here like I was thinking because this is where the signature attaches. And I could put it that way. And then make this a little tuck spot. I don't know. I have to think about that one. I have these little pieces of map. I've got a bunch of pieces of map. Totally knocked over my glue stick and just got glue all down the side of my Pepsi can. So all I'm doing here is making signatures. Now, what does this look like? Blends too much. Blends too much. some random crunchies. Thinking just making a little pocket. Now, this isn't typically how you would make a pocket, but I'm also trying to get rid of what's on my desk without creating more. So I'm going to glue that down. All I've done is made a tube. I'll put a little bead of glue down here on the bottom. And you're going to squish out because you don't want any excess glue squishing into your pocket. Now, let's see, can this go anywhere? Setting up a bunch of this stuff for maps. You know, I really envy some of the creators that I watch because, man, they can cut straight lines like nobody's business. You know, no rulers, no nut, and it's like just snip. I'm like, man, how do you do that? Got 3 things here that I could use. I'll have to trim that. Got a little marred up while it's sitting in the pile. Kind of like that. This is not doing anything right now except giving a layer and creating some strength to turn that into a pocket. Now this should stick. I can't guarantee it'll stick. If it doesn't and it comes off when I go to assemble, then there'll be one more thing that'll be telling me to get my butt up and go get my Fabri-Tac. I'm just really being lazy about it because not only do I have to get a new bottle of glue, but I have to get a new Sugar Belle bottle, which are in 2 different places in my craft room. And I'm experiencing a lot of pain today, so I'm trying to be lazy as best I can. Not that I'm not lazy any other day. But not only is this one almost empty, but somehow or another I managed to put my fingernail through it and cracked it. So I have to grab a new bottle too. I'm going to take my ink give it some extra on the bumpies. Give it some extra on the edges. It's really wet still, so it's like having a hard time. It's wanting to bend and buckle. And again, I should have measured first. That's going to have to go on a big piece of paper. Let's see. I tore that one way up there. Or, I didn't tear it. It got tore. There we go. I know that's less than 5. Let me hold this one. Let's go this way so I can kind of have an idea of how much I'm taking off. And that it's straight. Oh, stupid chair. Scrappy, scrappy, scrappy. Scrappy, scrappy, crappies. Scrappy, scrappies. Okay, and then because I have this and I don't want to waste it, I just need to reinforce these. Fit on there. Oh, that one is way crooked. It's funny, I do that as if I'm assuming that, you know, this is straight to begin with. But, oh well. Get around the corners really well. And all I'm doing is giving it a backing so that it's got a little bit of strength for use as a pocket. And honestly, I'll probably, because I'm kind of OCD, most likely I will pull my trimmer out later and make sure that these are straight, because I know they're not, because I can't cut straight. So I'm going to put them off to the side over there. It's also hard for me to look at something and see that it's straight when the lines are going all in all kinds of crazy different directions. So it's hard to follow a line when there isn't a line to follow that's straight. Know what I mean? Know what I mean, Jelly Bean? This could be fun. just something I added. Ooh. I tore it too short. It's okay. Give that a squish. And again, the purpose of that is simply to get the fibers to accept the glue. It's kind of like opening up the pores of the paper. I'm going to trim that along the blue line. Ooh, I just had an idea. It is so quiet in my craft room. Just to add some fun. Give it a little antique inky. It's on the back of that one. So I'm just going to do this. I was going to cut that off, but I'm just fold it right there. Make that the signature line. And it'll just be longer on one side than on the other. Go in just a little bit. I have these piano rolls, so obviously they are very fragile. I think, let's see if I can find something decorative to enough to flash in the how about that? Get off. Let's save that for stamping. Throw these in the garbage. Let's see. Did I get Look, it's just the perfect size. Let's fold this just so there's already a fold line. Make sure I was still filming. This is a magazine page that has been coffee dyed, which is why it's very noisy and crinkly. I swear my glue book is very gluey already, and everything is sticky. Okay. I'm gonna try to this put down as best I can. Kind of the same concept I was doing with the other stuff with the pattern paper, is just giving it some reinforcement, and in this case giving it some decoration as well. Yeah, some brown piano roll in here too that's really quite brittle. Trimble on the bottom. Across the top. And then when this is dry, I fold it, and then it becomes a signature page. But I'm going to let it dry open. Whoop. Because I don't want it to glue to itself. A little bit more in there. I love the piano roll, but I have a hard time figuring out what to do with it because it is so fragile. Oh yeah, see, there's the other one. I think you just need to put some decorative. No regrets, because it isn't raining. You know it's raining violets, and where you see clouds. And where you see clouds. Oh, what song that is. Oh my god. Trying to be careful, but it's so dang crunchy. So, I'm not sure what I'll do with this. I may just like make a, you know, like one of these just to go around it on the inside and the outside. Just had an idea. Something else that's in this pile. Just gotta find it. Are these tall enough? Go with those, and I've got where are they? And I've got these. I think those kind of blend in too much, but I do have them in pink. the yellow one's not quite long. It's broken. But I do like this one. And I have another one of those on the floor. I don't know if it's long enough. Nope. Okay, I'll start with this one. So all I'm going to do is fold this down the center. I'd give this guy some ink too. Just kind of grunge it up a little bit since what it's going on is super grungy. Not that it was super white, but there goes my hand. Don't know how much of this I'm going to be able to get done tonight because of my hand. I do have surgery on the 1st, which is going to be nice. I'm so looking forward to not losing feeling in my hand every day. So when I open it up, you can see where it's been inked. Gives it a nice look. Okay. Turn this sideways so I can line it up. I'll line it up with the fold. And then fold this one over. Trim off the extra. And that at least gives where I'm going to sew it into the signature a little bit of integrity. May have to put a pocket here. Something just to kind of secure, you know, to secure this part a little bit. But I don't know. Oops. Didn't get all the way to the edge again. Goes over there. So I do have all this green paper that I'm not sure what I was dyeing this paper with, but whatever it was, it made everything stick together. You can tell it started out as blue paper, but I don't know. I don't know. So in some places it's really thick, and other places not so much. There's all these random pieces stuck from where two pieces had stuck together. Some that have holes in them from tearing because I couldn't get them apart. Let's see, that's a thick spot. Oh, because it's more than one piece of paper. That'll be fun. Yeah, you can see the original paper was blue. I'm not sure what I dyed with that was so sticky. Got some book pages or music pages, and I think I'm going to do the same thing with this one that I did with that other page, and just it'll be a long skinny on one side, and these ones will go sideways. This one I'll probably have to trim down because I think it's taller than the standard journal. Trim that. Oh, this page, no integrity on this one. Let's cut this here. Set that one aside into the scraps. Figure out what to do with that one later. This is the downside to some of these papers. Wow, all of those are torn like that. Okay, so I'm not gonna use these ones because of that side there. So when you're using book pages, sometimes, well, a lot of the times, you end up having to put stuff in sideways. Cats in the cradle and the silver spoon, little boy blue and the man and the moon. Huh. I saved that. I'm going to keep saving that. It's a good song. I like that song. These are secretarial handbook pages that have been dyed in what looks like maybe avocado water. Maybe avocado dyed, possibly. I have these, which were interesting. Again, it's that same tissue paper